Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Fitness Knocking with Lois. How's everybody doing today? I am your host, Lois from Fitness Knocking. We are a mobile and virtual personal training service coming to you all over the world, virtually as well as in person in New Jersey. So if you or someone you know is having difficulty right now feeling good about themselves inside and out, reach out to me. Let's have a quick conversation and see if we're the right fit for one another. So today and this month, oh my goodness, self-care is so important. And if you can't invest 10 minutes today to pause for a second and think about you, then you should be watching this video or share it with somebody who should be watching this video. And we are talking again about self-love. And today I have a great physical therapist, Efi Cohen, who is based out of New York. She's basically the New York version of physical therapy, like Fitness Knocking is to exercise. And she comes right to you in New York, and she makes the body movements and makes it understandable to improve one's posture. She's really like just so easy to talk to, so loving, so kind. And she wants to help people seek out the best ways to achieve their personal goals as well as their body feeling better through cutting edge treatment and cutting edge techniques. So Efi, welcome. How are you today?
Good. Thank you for having me today. What a great and important topic to discuss.
Yes. Oh, and one more thing. If you're watching, please subscribe. Please share this. Please comment. It helps us to continue to do these videos for you. And if you do have any questions as we're going along, by all means, just type it in the chat. We will, if you're watching this as a recording, don't worry about it. If you comment, we will reply to you, usually within a couple of hours, latest today. So let's get started. So we're talking about the self-care routine. And self-love is so hard right now, especially with the pandemic and everybody's working from home and the kids and the pets and everything like that. So in your opinion, Efi, why do you think that people, and I'm going to pull women out here for a second because you know who you are if you're listening, women especially, we put children, work, spouse, even pets ahead of us on the pyramid of life. So why are we doing this? What's your opinion on this?
So I think there are a few factors to probably why women do this to themselves. One, I would say the big topic out there is culture. Most of us and all of our big culture out there, the women's always selfless and giving and giving and giving. So we kind of follow those traditional views on culture. And the other aspect is it's always easier to help somebody else first than it is to help ourselves. It's just so much easier to be objective to others than it is about ourselves. So we take those two factors, we respect those because we understand where people are coming from. And then we show them that it's okay to take care of ourselves because when we take care of ourselves, it makes you a better caregiver to whomever you need to take care of. And it also is a role modeling for those who you take care of. So if you want them to make a change, when you make the change, it's so much easier to say, hey, she's taking care of herself. I need to take care of myself. She values herself. We're going to value her too. So those are the real key components to understanding that it's really important to take care of ourselves, especially for women.
Right. Oh my gosh. That was so well put. I mean, you're so right there. I think that really it's the whole thought of putting your mask on first is something that so many people want to avoid. But if you were on an airplane, you would have to put your own mask on first because you're no good to anybody else if you pass out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why I love that metaphor, that analogy. Put the mask on first.
Yeah. I thought it was a good topic to talk about for this month for sure. So what's your favorite way to suggest to clients to make self-care important?
You have to put it on your schedule. So when you look at most people's schedules, whether they're electronic, a piece of paper, or non-existent, we have to make it existent. So if you don't even have a paper electronic schedule, we need to teach you and help you, foster and support you to make a schedule. So either we use the pen and paper or the Post-it, wherever is that place that you hang out that you'll see it. Or if it's your phone, that reminder, maybe a special bell or whistle, ring, what have you, that you know that this is your time. And when you show the others in your life that this is your time and you respect your time, they will respect you in your time. So it's just a matter of getting you in that habit. And we know change is not easy. So we're here to help you support that little change in your life.
Oh, yeah, totally. Totally. I love that. And then, in your opinion, why is it good to continue to do self-care routines, especially when trying to avoid pain? And I know I have an idea of what you're going to say, and I would probably say the same. I just love hearing it from somebody else's voice. So go ahead, tell me.
Yes, none of us like pain, but I'll tell you from a physical therapist, not all pain is bad, and that will be definitely a topic for another time. But to make it important and valuable, there are a few factors that need to happen. So think of it this way. If you're meeting with someone like myself, or if you're meeting with someone like Lois, and you're just starting your exercise routine, it's really important that you establish those goals. And sometimes we're just so overwhelmed, we can't even think of what our goals need to be. It's okay to have a conversation with yourselves and your person who you're working with to figure out those goals, because those goals are yours and they're for you. And we're here to support you in the rehabilitation or the fitness, the strengthening, whatever you need, but it's your goals. And always remember, it's your goals. And we're just here to help and support you. So we want to talk about how to prevent pain. Yes, none of us want to end up by the time you come to us in pain, because that means something happened along the way to get you to, unfortunately, how you end up in pain. So self-care is important because we don't want to see you in pain. We want to keep you as healthy as possible. And then you want to do things that are easier for you. And when you make a change, do not take everything on in your change. Start with something small. So if you are totally not into working out at all, you're going to pick one small thing. But also, if you're not into working out, it's important to find that person to help support you accomplish that goal. And that's why there's somebody like Lois, because it is not easy to exercise by yourself. Most people don't really like to exercise. That's the truth. So no one's going to say it. So when we have someone like Lois, they support us and they teach us what to do and how important it is to us. Now, if you're not feeling comfortable using your body because something doesn't feel right, that's when you use the physical therapist so that you can work on your self-care. Sometimes we're not feeling right and we don't realize it. And then it stops us from self-care because if I move this way, something doesn't feel right. It's okay. You find yourself your good physical therapist, you figure out how to move your body, and you go back to exercising and get the support you need from someone like Lois to help you with your self-care. It's okay to get that extra help so that you know what to do for self-care, because sometimes we just don't even know where to start. There's so many things that we need to do. You're going to say, oh my goodness, I eat poorly, I don't exercise, I don't do this, I don't feel. Find one of us and we help you start that journey. And that's really important, just to get yourself on some sort of journey to loving yourself and taking care of yourself, because we don't want you ending up in the pain. And then you can't be that caregiver that you want to be or do the job that you're doing, whatever is out there. So that's why we really support self-care, because we want you being your best you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's really amazingly simple, but sometimes the simplicity is where it's very complex for people. Sometimes people will think, oh, well, if I can't eat this, I can't eat this, I can't do this, I have to do this, now I have to add this. And the list gets so big that it's daunting and it freaks people out. So small changes, seriously, small changes do make big differences over a long period of time. Ask any financial advisor. They're not going to tell you, time the market. They're going to say, try to time in the market doesn't work.
Right.
Time in the market, time on your wellness goals makes such a big impact over the lifespan of your life. You're not going to get to $1 million by not investing a little bit every month.
Correct.
Just like you're not going to get to be a centenarian, for those of you that don't know what that is, 100 years old or older, unless you're going to put those small changes in now, while you're young, while you have the energy, while you have the, little zhuzh in your pants to get it done. And I love your thought about putting it on the schedule. I put it on my schedule, Efi, and otherwise it wouldn't get done. I put on time with my kids on my schedule, as silly as that is, because sometimes I feel like now you can work nonstop with no break, not even to stand up to pee.
Mm-hmm.
So finding that time is so, so important. So in your, again, last question for you, in your opinion, what's one takeaway that you think, now I love your thought about put it on your schedule, keep it small. What would be one thing that someone should start, in your opinion, what's the one thing people can start with? Like, what's a takeaway?
My simple takeaway right now, everybody who is watching, put your feet flat on the floor. Most of us use technology and our feet are stretched out underneath us, twisted on our toes. Just put your feet flat, ground yourself. That's the easiest thing to do. It's your simple takeaway. Every day, just think about, are my feet flat on the floor? That is your grounding. But I'll tell you one other thing that's really important. I think that all of us have some sort of perfectionism in us. And I think that if we don't look perfect in an exercise, or to realize that when you do work with a personal trainer or a physical therapist, there's always room for improvement. It doesn't mean that you did the exercising correctly. It just means that you learned more about yourself, more awareness, and you could do it in an even more efficient and a better way. So if you're working with anyone like, oh, they're always correcting me, that's okay. It's just helping you do it even better and strengthening even more. And it's okay to make a mistake. That's the beauty of it. We help you, we support you, and allow yourself to, like, I didn't exercise it. Allow yourself, it's okay, it happens. Get right back on track. Don't worry if you stop for a few days. We'll help you figure out why you stopped for a few days, but just remember it happens, and just forgive yourself, and then just get right back up there. Put on your list of priorities and take care of yourself.
And as a recovering perfectionist, I will say, if you're the person you're working out with, whether it's your trainer, your coach, your physical therapist, if they're not giving you feedback, you should fire them, because they are not doing their job. Their job is not just to stand there and count for you. Their job is to stand there and give you corrections, give you feedback, give you acknowledgement, give you that motivation. But part of that is to continually make progress. It's a journey. It's not a destination. Oh my goodness.
And also tell them if something does not feel right or you don't like it. It's absolutely boring. I don't know why you're making me do this. Guess what? You have to find something that is more meaningful for you, that makes sense to you, why you're exercising and why you're doing. Have those kind of conversations. Be the most honest you can be with yourself and the provider, the person who you're working with, because it has to mean something to you. If it doesn't, there's no way I can imagine that you're doing it.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That was just amazing. So if you would like to learn more about Efi, and if you live in New York City, and you want her to come to you for physical therapy, you're having some issues, you need someone, or you know someone who needs something, give her a call, shoot her an email. The email, you can go as long as you want, and give her a whole bunch of what's going on, and she'll be able to help you. If you are in New Jersey and you'd like ongoing exercise coaching, or if you want in person in New Jersey, we can do that for you. And again, Efi, thank you so much for coming on with me today. This was so fun.
It was great. But every audience know, both Lois and I work virtually. So if you're not in either of the locations, we can reach out to you wherever you are and help you with your journey, or even just listen and get you to where you need to go. So
yeah, absolutely. So again, subscribe, comment, like, please share. That helps us very much and keeps these videos going. So again, I am here on Fitness Knocking with Lois at least a couple times a month. We do these kinds of videos, very informative, lots of wonderful information, I think anyway. And so I've been told. So thanks again, Efi, for coming on today. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your afternoon. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.